Hello everybody and welcome to another video. You might notice that I am not in Madden playing as the London Monarchs. I am actually in the very large world of Minecraft. So I want to try something different on this channel and bring a certain type of variety to you guys aside from Madden. So I came up with this series called Unpopular Opinions to talk about some of my favorite games and discuss what I like and what I don't like. I'm going to start off this brand new series by talking about the Nether update that came to Minecraft recently. So first things first, let me know in the comments if you want me to record Minecraft videos for this channel. And without further ado, let's get into it. The Nether update released on June 23rd, 2020 and brought a ton of change to a previously boring and plain dimension. The Nether update introduced new biomes, mobs, blocks, and items. In order to truly tell if the Nether update was as successful as it should be, I will be grading the Nether in 5 subjects. They will be graded from 1 to 5, with 1 being absolutely horrible and 5 being a perfect score. The Nether got a brand new look of various biomes, something that the original Nether lacked. We actually have some footage of Mojang being discussing how to design the biomes. Okay, so we take the Nether, which is mostly red. Draw a basalt line through the center of it. And make half of it blue. This is genius! And even if you say that, oh, sick, you're just talking to yourself and you're making that up. If you look at the official Minecraft Wiki page and look at the official Way of the Nether poster, you will notice blue, red. See?
We got 4 new biomes, with the first 2 being the Crimson Forest, which is just a forest from the overworld except it is all red, and a Warped Forest, which is the same thing as a Crimson Forest except it is, you guessed it, blue. These forests basically function in the same way as an overworld forest. There are trees you can chop down and get wood from. There is something that represents grass but isn't 100% grass. And there is the occasional pack of wild Endermen. Yes, you heard that right. Endermen. The wood from these forests can be used to make planks, doors, signs, sticks, and really anything that requires wood. Despite being very similar, Crimson and Warped Forest are both practically polar opposites. I mean, come on, one is red, one is blue. What other signs do you need? Another major difference between these 2 biomes is the vegetation. That's right, plants grow in the Nether despite there being no water. Ever. Hey kid, do you like vines and bamboo in the overworld? Who are you? Well then we have the things for you. We proudly introduce Nether vines and Nether bamboo. But that's copyright infringement of the overworld's vines and bamboo. Well, they are now weeping vines and twisting vines. The weeping vines are these red double vines that are placed on the bottom of blocks, while the twisting vines are blue single vines that grow on the tops of blocks. Aside from the different forests, we also got a soul sand valley, which is basically just a large layer of soul sand, but it's in the shape of a valley. Soul sand valleys are practically nightmares for people walking through them, unless you have a soul walker boot, which I will discuss later on in this video. Finally, we have a biome dedicated to the brand new block, basalt. Basalt deltas are small little regions throughout the Nether that hold the block that everyone desires. Basalt. Yeah, Minecraft needed to add some new biomes and just took a random Nether block, put a geographical phrase together, and decided that that would be the new biome. Basalt deltas are what is remaining after a so-called volcanic eruption, and they are mostly made of tall basalt columns, large flowing lava pools, and floating white flakes. Aside from adding new biomes, there are also minor changes. Mojang did the old Nether dirty and called it a wasteland. Nether waste is now the official term for the original Nether. Any region of the Nether that doesn't feature redwood, bluewood, soul sand, or basalt is classified as Nether waste due to the fact that there is nothing really exciting going on here. There's also a small Nether fog that blends across all of these biomes. Overall, I would give this part of the update a 5 out of 5. Mojang added the right amount of variety to its biomes in the Nether. There were just the right number of biomes, no less, no more. The biomes that were introduced were perfect at displaying all the new aspects of the Nether. I mean, come on. The Basalt Delta absolutely nailed its part of showing Basalt in action. Just like the overworld, the Nether decided to add new randomly generated structures to bring a new style to spice up the new look Nether. The first new structure can be found in both the overworld and the Nether. The ruined Nether portal is a regular Nether portal that is missing some of its blocks. The small area around the portal is made up of netherrack, which is the most common block of the Nether. You can also find gold blocks, crying obsidian, and even a chest that can hold some very valuable treasure. There are then new Nether exclusive structures called Bastion Remnants. There are 4 of these Bastion Remnants: the bridge, Hoglin stables, housing units, and treasure rooms. Treasure rooms work in the same way as desert temples. You enter them and loot them of all their treasure. And housing units are similar to villages. Hoglin stables are kind of like mini housing units, but for Hoglins. And bridges are just bridges. Just the uniqueness of these new structures made me excited for this update. However, this subject's only going to get a 4 out of 5 because Mojang forgot one major structure that got zero attention. The original Nether building, the Nether Fortress. The only update the Nether Fortress got was a rarer chance of generating. Being a fan of Minecraft since its first beta stages, it is very upsetting to see a classic structure such as the Nether Fortress get left out on a major update that would change Minecraft forever. Before I begin this segment, a moment of silence for those that we lost. Okay, that's over. Zombie pigmen are no longer in the game and are instead replaced by piglins and zombie piglins. These mobs can be found in both Crimson Forest and Nether Wastes. They are very aggressive creatures and will attack you on spot unless you are wearing gold armor. Piglins will attack you if you are opening a chest because they think that you're stealing, or if you're mining gold because they still assume that you are stealing. If you want to be on their good side, you can distract them with gold. Giving a piglin gold will initiate what's called a barter, where the piglin would take the gold, look at it, and give you some junk in return. I feel like I've seen this before, but I just cannot remember where. There are also Hoglins, which are just boars with an overcomplicated name. Hoglins will attack players on site and have very strong knockback ability. Hoglins can be hunted for pork and will put up a very strong fight against predators. Hoglins that somehow get up to the overworld will turn into what's called Zoglins, which are zombie versions of said creature. Zoglins might be the most aggressive creature introduced in this update since they will attack anything that they lay eyes on. Hey, you know that giant lava pool that covers the entire floor of the Nether? You know how you wanted to walk all over it, but you can't? Well, now you can. If you just hop on one of these things, you can walk all over the place. Striders are very interesting looking creatures that can walk on lava. They are passive mobs that are rideable through the use of a saddle and a warped fungus on a stick. Just like horses and pigs, striders bring a new form of transportation and rideable animals. The new mobs that were introduced played a very key part in a new revamped Nether, but this update is only going to get a 4 out of 5. Mojang does realize that there are more mobs than just pigs, right? They kind of forgot about the other Nether mobs, the ghast, wither skeleton, magma cube, blaze, and I'll even count the wither. Similar to Nether fortresses, Mojang was so focused on bringing in new things that they forgot about how old things needed to be taken care of. The fact that none of the other mobs really got any change is kind of upsetting because when Notch said that everything about the Nether would change, we thought that everything about it would change. But instead, we just got brand new species of pigs. There are a ton of new blocks and items introduced in this update, so I'm just going to hit the highest point. Crying Obsidian is a new feature that can be achieved from bartering or ruined Nether portals. Blackstone and all of its variant forms are introduced and can be used for furnaces and stone tools. Nether bricks have variant forms in chiseled nether bricks, cracked nether bricks, and quartz bricks. Nylium is a cool floor design. There's new vegetation in vines, roots, fungi, and nether sprouts. You like red things? Bam, they're blue now. Respawn anchors offer players the ability to respawn directly in the nether. Beds were usually the way players set the spawn point, but you can't place a bed in the nether since the bed would explode. This block really fixes the issue of placing a bed outside the portal and constantly going in and out of the portal. Other blocks added include warped nether wart blocks, shroom lights, soul soil, lodestones, target blocks, chain, and chain blocks. But probably the most important new item introduced in this update is the netherite ingot. For years, diamond ore, tools, and armor have ruled Minecraft as the most valuable and greatest resource. But that was until netherite entered the ring, declared that it would be harder to find, and immediately stole the hearts of all Minecrafters. The process of getting netherite is much more long and complicated, just to add on to the rarity. First, you need to find 4 pieces of ancient debris, which is a very rare block that can be found in the nether at Y coordinate 15, making it dangerous to search for. Then, you must place the debris in a furnace or blast furnace to melt the blocks into netherite scraps. Only then can you use the crafting table to craft a single netherite ingot from the 4 pieces of scrap. Luckily, Minecraft understood that grabbing 96 blocks of ancient debris would be almost near impossible, so they gave the smithing table a purpose. The smithing table would take a diamond tool, fuse it with a netherite ingot, and produce a new, stronger weapon. Netherite also has a bunch of cool features such as floating in lava, having a higher enchantment value, dealing more damage, offering more protection, and making players look like professional gladiators. The many uses of netherite already give this part a 5 out of 5, and the other new blocks and items just added on to it. Who doesn't love how Minecraft does music? Aside from in-game items of note blocks and music discs, Minecraft also has a nice calm track to listen to while you build, fish, or ruthlessly burn down a village. Now, Minecraft's soothing melodies don't exactly fit the Nether's hellish persona, so Mojang hired gaming music artist Raine, who worked on several other projects that include but are not limited to Celeste. Yeah, it's pretty much the list I have. But the list of music she created for Minecraft goes beyond one thing. New tracks added to the Nether include Sobolo, Rubedo, and Chrysophia, and a new music disc called Pigstep that can be obtained in Bastion Remnants. With all these new tracks, this part of the update will get a 5 out of 5 because Pigstep's a fun tune to bop your head to, and the other 3 tracks provide a mystic feeling that is constantly present while in the Fiery Land. Now comes the big question. Was the Nether update a good update? Well, I'm pretty sure the obvious answer is that it was amazing, but it did forget a lot of key things. With so many previous updates centered around a biome in the overworld, 1.16 had a job to do, and that was address everything in the Nether and change it for the better. Because had it changed one part of the Nether, who knows when we would have gotten another update for it. For the most part, 1.16 barely changed the old Nether and instead just introduced new things. Those new things were amazing, but the old Nether itself still needed to be changed and not just have new things thrown on top of it. Almost everything in it was outdated, and Mojang failed to bring these outdated mobs and structures to modern times in the 1.16 update. Basically, If you were not a pig or the color blue, you were kind of like a forgotten piece of an update that was supposed to change a major aspect of Minecraft. This new Nether is something a lot of new coming players can enjoy, but they will never know the one major secret of the Nether. It used to be 100% red.